So hello everyone, please let me know in the chat that you can hear me and see me okay, and we'll start shortly. So can you see and hear okay? Today the topic for today will be another puzzle piece of what we need to do here, right? We have all sorts of these puzzle pieces, Lego blocks for the content management systems, CMS, blogs and so on. So the next puzzle piece will be the sessions. So it's there are different types of sessions. Some sessions are based just on cookies on browser side, then there's other ones that are based on the files or database tables. So there are all sorts of things you can do with sessions. So session basically means the idea that I'm opening my web page, log in or do some things, and I can save that state while the web page is open or by some predefined lifetime. So that is that. But before doing the new topic, let's examine a little bit the homeworks. So this time the homeworks were more complete, so I was very happy to receive 5, so that was really good. I didn't receive from everybody. I think Rohit submitted twice, so that was good. The next one was, the last one was the best one. So let's go maybe over some of these works step by step. We'll share the screen as well. Just a second. Localhost 8000, right? So this will be 8000, I guess. Oh, 8001, right? Okay. So the I guess work. Let me see. We'll drop some of the stuff also probably to the Jamboard. Just a second. Okay. So this time I will not have a template, but you will need to work on your previous code, or if you're not able to successfully build the previous code, then you can use the previous sessions template. I think the next time we'll have a new template. So here the idea was to generate a form for managing the attachments, right? And the thumbnail. So this was the I guess solution. So if I now try to use some of these posts, and then I can add the thumbnail, right? Just a second. So I will add the thumbnail, and then I will add some PDF file, and then I will press save. And now if I try to open this, I see SpongeBob is happy here, but I don't see attachments here. So it seems like that I forgot to add attachments so that they would be visible in the front end. Also, after I edit the post, everything is missing. I don't know if I have attachment the thumbnail added or not. I don't know if I had the PDFs added attachments or not. I cannot delete them. I cannot do anything here. So, but at least it works theoretically so far, just adding the thumbnail and then some more. Let me see. Let me see here. So I'm seeing also in the chat something there. Let me check. So you're saying that the attachments aren't shown. Let's look at that. So here the database structure is pretty bare bones. So, and some things are, I think, worth noticing here, which should be taken into account, specifically in all commercial products. So one is that if you choose to use post attachments, which is maybe okay, table name, then also the ID here should be post attachments ID, not something different. Post attachment ID. Just saying that the naming conventions are somewhat important so that the code would be readable. There are also thing is that here would be nice to have is deleted, modified, and so on, because otherwise, you know, like if I want to track something, what happened in my database, and if I don't want to hard delete, you know, like unlink files and then destroy them if there is some mistake, like, there's no way to undo mistakes, right? If there is deleted, then I can undo the mistakes. So that is something to take in account. Let me add some of the comments, and I'm also will check what you're saying about that. There are create unique index. What do you mean by that? Let me see. Indexes. Right, so I see that they are added, but they are not displayed. So modify index attachment. Yeah, so that is good idea. I mean, yeah, if you say that this is something you added specifically, so that is good idea to add unique index. So it means there are different types of indexes. They are basically hashes. So the hashes can be used to cache the content, so that I don't need so if I have, for example, post ID and attachment specific combination, then if I add an index, I can immediately get that row without looking for that combination, just using this index hash. So, and the same thing goes about unique. So in this case, this is unique regarding the attachment UID, and then there is a ascending order added. Okay, so I got that. So that's a good addition. But otherwise, it could be a little bit more fuller. So let me look at here, model attachment, right? Model post. So this is good. So again, the naming convention is off. So you have post attachments, and here you have just attachments. Then I would say let's use just attachments, right? So, but otherwise this structure is very good. So basically you have a post, and then there is tags and attachments in that object, and then you use them when you need them. So that is very good. So let me quickly look at the actual editing form here, or view form. If you said that you, okay, I don't see that you added the attachments. Yeah, I see only thumbnail, and thumbnail here is with the width, and there is something like that. So okay, fine, that works. Okay, great. Let me see, do I have any comments? You can look at. Okay, so I like that I guys directing what you did good. Okay, let's keep looking at them. So the tags, so you say you changed the way how you update tags. Let me see. Okay, so these are the tags, seems okay. Yeah, adding the attachments. Okay, but there is, so yeah, this is the correct way that you check them attachments, like from the post attachments, but of course you should have also the same structure as for the tags, you know, like attachments which are missing, attachments which I added new, attachments which I edited, right? So I should check all of those and act accordingly, right? So that would be good thing to add. Then what is about here, controller posts, what was the UID? So you use the UID4, right? The extension, right? Seems, I guess, seems okay. Okay, here this is strange. So you say attachment is deleted, but you don't have actually is deleted in the database. So let me see. Yeah. So okay. So here it is. Here it is not. So I don't know how that works out. Anyway. Yeah. Okay, we have somebody in a good mood. Okay, so that's good. But okay, so it could be better, but at least you made some basic bare bones things work. Okay, hopefully you would be able to do it also with all of the other things necessary there. So then next let's look at efforts. So okay, let's run this one. Oh, I think I need to, oh no, okay, it's fine, right? Okay, so this is yeah, I could actually run it in Safari as well, doesn't matter. Okay, so then let's see, edit videos. Let's try the same trick here. Sorry, Chrome. Right, so I will add the SpongeBob. Oh, whoa, that's cool. If I add the SpongeBob, it appears immediately. Well, look at that, how that's possible. But that's great. So that was a nice touch for Everts, right? I should give him maybe a cookie for doing something outside of the box, right? So that was a good thing. So there is a lag in the yeah. Okay, so cool key for Everts for for adding something cool. Everts, so okay, let's see. So if I save it, then which section did I add it about me? I think no. DOI, videos. Okay, right. Okay, so we have the SpongeBob and we have the PDF here. So that is really nice. So these two are good. And if I press edit, they are disappeared again. So not almost good, but not perfect, right? So something was good, something is not so good. So let's keep looking now inside what the code itself. Okay, so let's start looking by the interesting thing which he made, that the SpongeBob appears, right? So the SpongeBob appears because of this small piece of code. I hope that he understands how it's written and can do it himself. But in general, there are some few things which should be done different. So it's never ever a good idea to add JavaScript inside these like brackets of the XML. So instead you should have put all of this function outside in a separate function. So this would be something like on file change some kind of function, JavaScript, right? Function, and it could be in the JavaScript main yes, right, or something like that. That would be much better. So that would be cool. Then also something seems to be really suspicious. It seems like that maybe you copied somewhere this code, because user image, what is user image? Doesn't make sense at all. So yeah, so that could be improved definitely. So let me add that one as well here in the list of improvements. I could not add it. Yep, so these will be the lists of improvements, right? This.
Share your screen.
Right, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't see the, so again, I will go back. Sorry. Yeah, well, that's good. Rohit is nearby. So anyway, here what I just saw that, so this was the way how Rohit did, how Everts did it. So there is an image tag, and then there is this inside the attribute quotes, actual JavaScript code, which is not a good idea to add it like that. It should be always defined as a function, some kind of on file selected thumbnail, file thumbnail selected, something like that, right? So it should be something like that, that you call the function outside the, maybe it needs also these tags. So brackets, it probably does. And then you should move that in the proper script, because if you write it like this is not debuggable, and this is basically prone to errors. And also here you use the user image, which doesn't make sense. It seems like you copied somewhere this. So and then here, let's look at the database. So the database looks much better, but at the same time not perfect. Again, we have a major bug here. So basically you don't have foreign key here. So that I believe you understand how that works. Foreign key. So that should be added. If you use some kind of post ID linkage, it should have foreign key there. So let's add this one here. So that is also a mistake. Okay, so that is that. Then let's look at view. So this is the how he adds attachments. For loop looks fine. Okay, so this is a bit strange. Why there is attachment name inside an array? That I don't understand. It seems to be really something off there. Attachment, or yeah, I don't get it. So it should not be like that. Definitely, it seems something went a little bit wrong. But anyways, so again, I liked that he added this small JavaScript trick, but at the same time, the backend side was not so good. Here, this looks a lot okay, I think. The model posts. Okay, so here another big problem. We don't have attachments in the model post, so this I don't know like how then actually he adds the attachments if there is no attachments here. So that is a big issue. Attachments, because we want to have a clear database structure. We don't want to create some kind of arbitrary database structures for every single data type that we have. You know, like if we add something new, then we don't want they be disconnected from what we already have. So let me see, how did you do this if you don't have proper database structure? So insert post, insert attachment. Okay, so you have insert attachment outside. So what happens? So this is I guess another big bug. So if I will try to do this first time, it will fail because the post is created only here, but I already need the post ID here. So it will fail if I will try to add attachment immediately after creating a post, you know, like without first saving a post and then adding attachments. So these are quite significant logic bugs. Okay, so that is that. Then let's keep moving. So there is a XAF code here. Let's see, is XAF made the code clear enough? So let's try to run it. Quickly see the visual. Okay, let's add it to video again. Okay, so we will add also. Okay, I'll see the question. I will answer that just a second. So I will add the SpongeBob, the PDF, save, edit again. Everything went missing. Again, not cool. So let's see videos. Oh, and we have the something in regards to the attachment, and then we have squeezed SpongeBob for some reason. So we'll need to investigate that a little bit. Why do we have squeezed SpongeBob? So, and also why do we lost everything in the editing part? So here there's the structure. Again, if you create a new structure, it might be smart to initially create the structure already in a proper order, you know, like right now it seems like that the order is a little bit off, you know, like the indexes should come first and then the IDs should come first and then the other things. But the biggest issue I think here is that the table name is completely off. So basically you should when you do the programming, try always when you work together with other people, like for example this case I'm giving you the templates, so try to use the same style as the code is written. We don't want to mix like 5 different styles, you know, in the same project. So here you see that the table names were with the small letters and then you added with the big letters, so the style is inconsistent, and also the order is a little bit if I create a new table, there is no reason why not to make proper order. So that I'm adding here. Okay, so that is that. Let's keep looking at what you have here. Okay, so let's look first at the why it was squeezed SpongeBob. So Okay, so I see that you have 200 pixels by 50 pixels, and then you imagine that it will be probably looking good, but it will never look good because it will just squeeze everything randomly. So the better way how to do the same effect, I think, which you wanted to do, is would use a little bit more styling with CSS. So I will probably return back to the Christian's question. I don't have yet time to read it. I will do that. So to do this a little bit better, one option would be to use something like this. So div. So let's see. So style. Again, it would be better to write the style inside the CSS style sheet, not here. But if you would like to do what you try to attempt, so I would write width 200 pixels, height 50 pixels. So I have a nice div going on here. Then I would add the background size contain, and then I would add background image URL, and then URL here, and yeah, these quotes, this is not good, but we could use it in this way. So the background image URL like that. Okay, it has the other quotes as well. I think it will work also without quotes. Okay. What is this? So, okay, it should work, because even though the WebStorm do not understand that this is there's a quote unquote, but the Ninja templating system will replace all of this stuff which I just colored. So basically we could write it in this way. Of course, again, as I say, it would be better to write the styling itself as a CSS file. So I will try to run this and see if it creates a little bit better looking output. Okay, so now we have 4 SpongeBobs, but at least it worked. But let's fix that one as well. So to fix that one, we can write background repeat, no repeat. We don't want many SpongeBobs. Okay, now we have 1 SpongeBob. Okay, so that's the way how to do this. Of course, with the styling would be better, but not with the raw image with width and height. We don't do this in that way. It will look awful, so please do not use that in the commercial projects. So anyway, so that is that. Then let's look at how you save the posts, how you save the attachments. So you collect the attachments, and then you created, your code is a little bit better than Everett's code, because Everett's code fails when you create the attachment with the new post together. Your code works, but then it works in a very, very strange way. So why would you add it as a separate parameter if you have the post object there? In the post object, you already can have the attachments inside that. And of course, you should prepare the structure a little bit more. So the attachments itself should be inside the post. So post attachments. Again, the reason for this is we want to have the structured data. We don't want floating around independent pieces of data. So my PDFs only show on the view page. Yeah, I see that comment of Everett's, but I liked your thumbnail trick that it appeared, so that it gave you a cookie for that. So that was good. So here in again, something interesting what Zaf did regarding this, trying to scale the thumbnail, but this way how he scaled it was not okay, but that was also very interesting. Okay, so let's move then to the last piece, which is the Rohit's work, and I would say that Rohit's work is definitely the best work today. So he was a little bit out of our tutorial sessions, and then, as I understand, in one night he managed to do all of the tutorial sessions and also do this. So that was really good push, I think, so that is good job. But also see how his work works and what is some things he could improve. So here this will be his database, right? And let's keep adding the videos. Oh, here we already have so I already did a little bit of spoiler. So edit, okay, so here we have About Me page. So About Me page, if I use the thumbnail, so let's keep using the SpongeBob. Then adding the attachments. Attachment 1, and he also added actually the file name for attachment. So I could choose my own file name here. SpongeBob PDF 1, for example. Save. Okay, so I saved it. It would be nice if it redirects back to this page, because maybe I want to add more attachments. So you see, this is great. So the Rocket made that actually SpongeBob appears here, and also I can even change the attachment's name. I can preview the attachment, and let's see if I can add more attachments. By the way, I understand that in your other codes I also could add more attachments, but they did not appear in the edit page. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I guess again wrong screen. Sorry for that again. So yeah, so this is how it looks in the Rockets page when I edit things. Basically after I save it, it appears, and then I also can change the here the attachment. So let's see. So this will be the SpongeBob 2. Save. If I go back to this page, edit, see I have the SpongeBob, I have the 2 attachments. I can browse them, I can change the names. So that's everything is great with this. I can probably add also tags. Let's see, save. Yeah, so that works. And of course, there's one thing missing. Would be nice to be able to delete also the thumbnail and delete the attachments. So basically, that would be perfect if there would be an option to delete thumbnail and delete attachments. But otherwise, it looks great. So that would be good. So we'll add this here and keep looking a little bit of how it works. So this is this. So if I save it, I go back to here, About Me, and I see it like that. So there is the tags, and then there I have the attachments, and then I have the SpongeBob. Everything is working very, very nice. Okay, so that is good. Okay, I guess we all again have some kind of spam going on. So okay, so that's that. Okay, let's keep as his work is quite good, but let's keep looking at the some of the things in the code. So first thing is that so this is this again. Well, if you want to highlight some good things from previous work, I saw that Zaf and Aiga added the unique index for the attachment UUID, so that was good for them, but Rohit did not add this here. So but I think the main issue for me is just that, you know, like the naming is off. So the model attachments, and then here we have just posts, and then we have model attachment ID here. So I would prefer it would be attachments, because all of the other names do not have model prefix. They have only model prefix in the data classes, not the tables. So that is that. And let's see. Okay, so let's see a little bit quickly about how you handle the posts. Okay, depending, you're using the same, basically it means that if I would upload files in the PDF files in the thumbnail, it would also work. maybe it seems to be good, but it might not be also. So it'd be nicer if you could split this into two separate files lists, but otherwise it seems okay. Okay, you have file types somewhere. Requests, files. Okay, you have something like file. Okay, no. I don't get fully this thing. Okay, it's file types, right? But okay, it should be a little bit separated. It should not be just because of the extensions. And then here, posts. Okay, and then there is model attachments. Okay, so that's great, and it works with the insert post, so that's also great. Insert post. Attachments, right? And how do you update this? Okay, it's not, you don't have the editing part of the attachments, right? Okay, and what about UID? Okay, you don't have UID actually. Oh no, you have file UID. Okay. Okay, so you have redundant code here. Again, this is like if in general everything was great, but basically, you know, you should not repeat code which is such a trivial code as this, you know. Basically, why not put this here, you know, like why repeat some kind of code? So that should not be done. So yeah, please try to clean up your code, but otherwise it's very good. Okay, so quickly, just to recap, yeah, so the SpongeBob works great for the, I think the best work is for the Rohit today. The other contenders also were each of them unique in their own way, and each of them had some good things, you know, like the unique index, the small trick whenever it's popping up the SpongeBob, the Zaf trying to squeeze the SpongeBob, so all of that's good. Okay, so see what else here. So the question from Christiana, which is the specific part of the code that allows tags thumbnail show up unchanged on the editing page. Okay, so again, for the Christiana, the nothing happens automatically in the programming languages. So always there is some reason for something happening. So here, basically, we cannot just say what is the place where to make that something would stay there. Nothing will stay there, because all of the HTML forms, they are always cleaned every time when I do the post or get or so on. It always gets populated. It gets the data from these small parts, right? And these small parts, you provide it yourself. So here, for example, the tags. So we have the tags, right? And then if the tag ID exists inside the post tag ID array, then I add this part as a checked. Otherwise, it's not appearing there. Everything will be lost every time when you refresh the web page. Also here, I see this is Rocket's code. To make it XML compliant, you should add these signs, you know, like the slashes at the end. Okay, this is not a big thing because all of the modern browsers work with this kind of stupid stuff like breaks without slashes, and but basically the proper XML is like that. So to add the slashes. Okay, so that is that. Maybe I had the same mistake myself, I don't remember. Okay, so let's now move to the sessions part. Okay, so for today's topic, again, please continue your own templates, or use the previous session template, because it will be just an extension to what we already have. So I will probably use the previous sessions template because I didn't have time to prepare a new one, which I will prepare the next time, hopefully. So let's see. So let's use the main table here, main function, I mean. Let's close, oh, what is this? So the main function, try to run the main function, it works. Try to open the main function, it works. Want to open it in Chrome, by the way, just so that I can show you a few interesting things there easily, more easily. So that will be open. Okay, so when I run the web page, the first thing I get is this thing. So just the usual stuff, the list of the posts, right? And let's see. So we'll have actually really interesting small homework today, and I will just show the logic how to do that. So we will try to remember if the user is logged in or it's not logged in, and we will not yet create the actual structure for the user, you know, like to save it in the database. So we would have the model user class and also the users table, and we don't actually need the form to add the users. We can manually enter the users in the database, right? So that would be fine. Okay, so but let's keep writing the code for today's session. So it will be quite simple. So let's add here the def login node, the function. So there will be a login function, and this will be the app root slash login, and the methods will be get and post methods. And then there will be the we could add maybe message.
Don't see a screen else.
Okay, you say that you don't see the screen. Oh, sorry. Thank you. I was adding the IGES code. But just a second. Let's keep. I will switch to my own template. Sorry. That's great that Rocket is here and helping me to fix my mistakes. So I was adding this one. So the app root login, the def login, the function, right? So here let's add the message. There could be to do wrong login, right? Wrong login. From get from params get. Okay, so and then if request method post, and this is actually post. Okay, I need to import the request again. Alt enter, right? Oops. Alt enter import and Flask request, right? So I added this small stuff at here. Flask URL import request like that. As we are up here, maybe we can also import immediately session. So we will need also session here, session. Okay, so I will drop this part also to the Jamboard, so you know the imports which you need. This will be slide number 6. The imports which we need. Now we have the request, right? So right now, so far, the same thing as we always have done, right? Nothing new so far. So email request form get email strip to lower. By the way, normally we don't have the case sensitive emails. They don't care about case, by the way. So it's just let's keep it lowercase, right? So then password, and this will be the same, but passwords are not lower, right? We don't want to have passwords to be case insensitive. Maybe we want, but probably not. So passwords, right? And then let's add here to do. Oh no, what happened? To do check in controller database. So that is that, and then let's add the first thing here. So this will be the session, and the session has these basically what we can do. We can have also put, I think, or is there any other way? Pop item. Okay, I guess not. So this is the way how to add new stuff to the session. It pretends to be a dictionary, but it is not the dictionary. So if you would analyze what is inside the session object, if I press here Control, it's a session mixin here, and it uses basically mutable mapping, and the mutable mapping uses this syntax of using these square brackets basically. So this is operator which I can override. So this will be then is logged in, and I will say true. So this will be the value there. And then afterwards I want to return redirect. Oh no, I also had to import that one. Redirect to the root page. And also this one comes from the Alt Enter import Flask Redirect. So I will quickly drop this also to the Jamboard. There is one extra thing there. So that goes to the Jamboard. So if I have a successfully logged in, then I want to redirect myself back to the you know, like the main page. And if I'm not successfully logged in, I want to redirect back to this login page. I don't want to just keep executing, because remember, then if I just keep executing, then I can press F5 and just repeat the same post request. So, or if I Control R on the browser. So that's the way. Always should end with the get type of request, not the post type of request. So then return, and then there will be this template which we will quickly create, which will be very easy. So the render template, and there will be the login HTML template, and we can pass the message here, or yeah, message like that probably. Okay, so this is the very simple simulation code for the, you know, like a login form in the backend, and then we need the same for the front end. Let me check if there's no questions, right? So in the front end we create a new file, login HTML, and this we can actually copy from the home page, I think, and just change a few pieces of code. So we can leave the so log in, let's write up here login. We can leave the message block, you know, like if the password is wrong, and then we need just to change this block, you know, like create it using the form. So the form action, the Ninja syntax, URL for login. By the way, I think I have not checked it, but I think if I remember correctly, that if I don't like list the action, it will just return the post back to the same URL which I am right now located. But it's always better to add the action as well. Method post. So then label email, and then we use these input boxes, and here there is some new update in HTML browsers. You know, like in the old days you would add here text, but in new days we can also use email, and it will also validate if this email is true, you know, like if they write the correct email. So most browsers, I think, like I need to check, but I think most browsers would. So there will be the email, and then we can just maybe copy the same thing and create password. And password is again some interesting stuff here. We need to have password like that, type password, right? Again, I will say one thing. So for the homework, you will need to implement the users model and users table and add manually in the database one user. But basically, you should not store, never store the password in clear text. We don't store passwords in clear text, we hash them. So for example, if some user enters the password, you can pass the password through some hashing algorithm like SHA-256 or maybe MD5 or some other, and then generate the hash. And then if somebody wants to log in, you can again generate the same hash and compare those two together. And if they match, then you can log in. But do not store the clear text passwords. That is very bad idea. And also the hashes, there are some, you can read up a little bit, there are different ways how to improve the hash security. So because there's always collisions with the hashes, somebody can log in into your Facebook using a completely different password if you didn't know. So, but that is because of the collisions. So input type submit. There are actually things called rainbow tables where people are publishing the collisions and trying, so you can hack people using just the hashes. So value log in. Okay, so this will be this. I will add this to the Jamboard. So this is the login form. I hope this will work. You can catch up a little bit later in the the Jamboard. So now you can a little bit follow maybe these few last changes we need to add here. And I definitely want to explain also how it works, basically why it works, the session, how it works. So because it's nothing magical, nothing happens automatically. So here, let's see. So if I'm going in the home page, if is logged in, not in session, then I want to redirect to the login page. Again, this code is not optimal because I have a function with multiple returns. That's definitely not a good idea, but at least it's quicker to write, right? Just for the tutorial purposes. So if the logged in is not in the session, I want to be redirected to the login page. So this is small piece of code that does not allow to access anything which is, you know, like secure web pages, which are not allowed to access some user. So I added that block, and now I just want to demonstrate how it works. So let me go to the Chrome. So if I refresh the page, okay, it did not work. Why? Okay, I did not run it. Let me see. Hopefully there is no bugs. Okay, now it works. It immediately threw me out of the home page into this login page. And in the login page, if I try to write in something which is not an email, it should say that this is not okay. See, it says this is not an email address, right? Because the browser understands that this was the email type of stuff. So then I press login and I get first error. So it says that because of this specific type of the session, which I will explain in a second, I need also to define the Flask secret key. So the secret key is used for the chipper, so it tries to encrypt my client-based session, because this type of session is actually client-based session. I will explain that in a second. So let's go up here and add what he is complaining about. So app secret key, and this secret key, let's generate some UID like that. It could be anything, right? The secret key. So I will add that one. All right. Again, thank you. So it's very good that Rohit is here in the office and helping me to always share the screen. So app secret key. So I just generated random string. You can add your own string. It doesn't have to be UID. It can be anything. So it's just the reason for that. Just a second, I see somebody writing in the chat. Yeah, so if you want to be a Python developer, I suggest to have also very beginner sessions. So you can start following these courses from previous playlists, and then if you up to date where we are, you can join our stream, or we'll soon probably start, I don't know, like how soon, maybe in a month, a new stream, you know, like a new session from very beginning. So anyways, here the secret key, right? So this is the Flask secret key. Okay, I will add this one as well here. So this is something missing here. And now let's go back to here. Refresh. Okay, it wants to log in again. Try to log in. And we are logged in. And if I refresh, I keep staying in login. Even if I create a new tab and open it here, I keep logged in, right? So this means that this session is alive. So, and how long it is alive and why it's alive, I can explain. So even if I will kill the Python backend, the Flask, it will stay, the session will keep staying. And how it's possible, it's because here in the network, if we look here, we see the request, right? And here in the header, we should see something interesting. Cookie. WebStorm, PyCharm. Okay, I see here it is. So I will mark it down for you and explain how it actually works. So I think in the previous sessions we also talked about cookies. You know, like in the web JavaScript TypeScript game which we made in the browser. So here the Flask is actually sending the header in the HTTP header. This small piece of line, so this code session, and with this encoded stuff here. So, and this session cookie basically encodes all of the session variables here. So basically that is logged in, right? Is encoded in that gibberish. So is logged in. It is inside that string. And it is inside that string by encrypting the secret key, right? So it encrypt using secret key, and then it becomes what we see there, and it's stored as a cookie. And by default, I think the cookies, if we don't add the lifetime, will be alive until I close the browser. So that is here this information. And then when I send back the request to the backend, it reads that cookie variable, and basically I can send also HTTP cookies over the requests, and I decrypt back using the secret key and get the state if it's logged in. As you see, this method is not safe because I can easily store, you know, like some valuable information as my bank account numbers or something like that inside the session, and then somebody could get the secret key and then decrypt it, right? So instead, sometimes people use the backend based sessions. So you could just send the session ID, right, and store the actual session in the file or in database in the backend. But this is the easiest way, just using the cookies and HTTP. So that is how it works. And now the last thing which is missing here is just that we don't have the log out function. So the log out function, it's very easy to implement. So let's add that one. So okay, I'll just copy this piece of code. Like that, log out. And we don't need to have post, we just need to have get. And we will have then return back to the login page. Oh, sorry, it should be log out here. Login, right? And we want to clear the session. Session, clear. We could also pop the single value. So session, pop the key. So the key would be is logged in. We could do that, or we could just clear all of the session. So that is the log out function. Adding that to the Jamboard. And then to use logout function, we will create a logout button here in the home page. So it will be fake button. It will be actually the link, right? Log out. like that, and there is the log out, right, like that. So that is the fake button using the actual link. And then the last thing which I want to share today is show that how to make the session last longer. So if I close the browser and open again, then the session is lost and I need to log in again. But maybe I don't want to log in again. So then I could use the permanent session lifetime. And then there is the date time delta. And then I need to import, okay, I have it imported, time delta days, let's say 365 days was in the year. That's a good question. I forgot about how was the, I think it was like that, days in year. Yeah, I was correct from the top of my mind. Sometimes a little bit longer, but so 1 year. Anyway, we could write it like that. By the way, we could actually write it like years. I think it would also work. Okay, it did not work. Anyway, so this will make sure that the session stays alive, because the session this will be again fake stuff, because it actually, what happens is the cookie stays alive. If I delete the cookie, right, it will be lost the login state. And also it's you know, like it's not a secure session. If I want to create a secure session, I should not store the session in the cookie. So, and to make a secure session, I will also add a little bit of material for the next time, so you can try to implement that one as well. Okay, so that's it for today. Hope that this was useful to talk about how to work with sessions. You can imagine if you have a web shop, right? You would like to store in the session also the items which you have purchased, right, in your basket and stuff like that. Or if it's a game, some score or something. So yeah, so that will be the stuff around this kind of thing for the homework. And next week we'll keep digging into other types of things necessary to understand regarding these systems. That's it for today. Let's meet